Shorty do the most, ayy, bitch, I'm feeling low key, I know I have a joke, smoking reefer, you gon' wreck the pole, we don't need you.
Shorty do the most, not no average Joe, she gon' work the pole.
Open up Toronto, we're sitting here with Tcthegxd.
Thank you for having me.
What's going on, brother?
Doing good, doing good.
Yeah, what's new with life, man?
Album time, literally.
Yeah.
Drops in 2 weeks. I'm not excited about that. So we're ready to push out all this new music I've been like working on for like 2 years.
What's the name of the album?
I'll Be Fine.
I'll Be Fine?
Yeah.
So where did that name come from?
Honestly, I'll Be Fine. It was titled something before originally, but I realized from like 2018 till now I was going through like a lot of stuff mentally, emotionally. So it was just kind of a way to just keep me motivated and up. So I just titled it I'll Be Fine. Because I knew by the end process everything will be okay.
So how long you been rapping for now?
Seriously, I'd say it's like my 3rd year into this.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been doing this since 2017.
So what made you decide, hey, like, I want to get in the studio, I want to rap? Like, did you always have a passion for music? Or?
Always did. Like, back in high school, I was always like that one kid that would always be freestyling.
Yeah.
And like the lunchrooms and stuff like that, but I just never took it serious back then until literally my year out of high school, where I was working with my assistant manager who so happened to have a studio. And I remember just begging her, I'm like, yo, just get me like, just like 1 hour, like just 1 hour studio time. Like, I'll just crush it. And then from there, it's just been a crazy ass journey.
That's dope, man. Because like, for me, I know growing up that a lot of people always wanted to be that guy at school that can rap and do this and that. Everybody tried to do it, but it takes a lot of confidence, a lot of energy to actually like put it in play, which is dope. That's dope. So there's been a lot of people like in your life that kind of help push you in a sense.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So you're talking about your assistant manager. How did you link up with him?
I used to work at Foot Locker back in the days, back at Sherway, and he was my assistant manager at the time. And he was also making music too. And he's even a Parkdale native as well. Like, yeah, he lives like down the street. So it's just kind of crazy. Like 2 years later, I'm like kind of back in this realm, like in this area, because that's kind of where I started. And yeah, he's been making music for like a long time. And just one day linked up, did my first song, did my first recorded song here called Rich and Famous.
Oh, dope.
Yeah,
dope.
Yeah, it's still on YouTube like secretly, but yeah.
So like Rich and Famous, that was your first song?
Ever.
Yeah. How would you compare that process, like you setting up, you getting ready for Rich and Famous, as opposed to your new album now? Like, do you see the growth of yourself as an artist?
1000%. Rich and Famous, like back then, like I was a writer. I used to write all my stuff down. I used to have like 1,000 just notes, just reference notes, just to like go in there and be like, okay, I can spit it. But in the process of making this album, and especially being here, like 6 songs. Yeah, about 6 out of the 12 was recorded here, and most of them is just freestyle. Yeah, so you definitely hear the evolution from like a more conscious vibe to a more energetic vibe.
So you feel like the growth of yourself as an artist is like gone
way more comfortable. Like,
yeah. You consider yourself someone to like work with other people, like get features, or you can feature on other people's music?
Yeah, for sure. I've done many features like for a couple of years. It's just that this year I've been more so focused on like just making this album. So my mind has been very strict on the type of music I want to make. But now that this is out or about to be out, I'll be like way more freely to just open with other artists, because then I can actually have more fun with it,
Yeah, it doesn't like hinder your creative process.
Exactly.
That's dope, man. That's dope. So like for you that's coming up within the city and seeing how the music industry has grown, like, do you want to comment on that? Just like when you started making music up till now, like there's a lot of people that are getting signed, a lot of people that are putting out great music, a lot of talent in the city. Do you feel like you're up there with that?
I've always said Toronto had like enormous amount of talent, but I feel like the city's finally getting it like this year. Even like after being like at a couple places outside of the border and just hearing what they had to say about Toronto and the fact that they even knew some of our artists already.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know like for them being out here, most of them don't even try to leave the city. So they wouldn't even know. Like, you know what I mean? They wouldn't even know like, yo, there's actually somebody out there like bumping their shit.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. It's crazy. I definitely do see the growth. I see the infrastructure getting better. Seeing a lot more people like getting together.
Yeah,
They're understanding it more, you know.
Yeah,
They're understanding
yeah.
what it takes to really build the city community.
100%. Because like what I noticed is if you go and look at like Atlanta, for example, there's artists that are kind of building each other up.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Do you feel like that connectivity is like the same thing within Toronto?
A bit. Like I'd say for my crew for sure,
Mm-hmm.
because I almost compare my crew to like a Per Era or like an ASAP Mob, which is just like a big ass collective with just a bunch of artists, producers, photographers, videographers, everything.
So you have a full team coming on. It's like an assembly line.
Yeah, it's a strong army.
Yeah. So I feel that Toronto is moving, has hip hop infrastructure to help each other, like the artists within different areas of the city.
I feel like in terms of that, the history behind like those different areas are too rooted and too deeply. I mean, like especially coming from me, knowing like my area where I'm from Rexdale, north of Etobicoke, so like I understand just the whole, I guess you could say, politics side of things, but it's just one of those things where I feel like, in all honesty, it's gonna take a lot more than just, oh, let's just make a song.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I feel like it starts with the OGs, high key, and then from there, because the young guys don't care. I know for a fact, like anybody born after like 97, 96, don't care at all.
It's a lost cause.
Not even that it's a lost cause, they just don't care. Like they just don't care. Like, they don't give a fuck, like whatsoever.
So it has to come from the top.
Yeah, it has to. I feel like if like the older heads would be able to like, yo, let's sit down, let's show these young guys that like, yo, this is how we're supposed to do things. At least make money. If they can like show guys like, yo, it's about the money.
Yeah.
I feel like then mans will get it, you know.
Yeah.
But till then, it's like, what the hell? I'm making my change. What are they gonna tell me, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's trying to just do for themselves.
Exactly,
At the end of the day, like nobody's gonna put food on your plate.
Exactly.
Other than you, right?
Especially out here, with Toronto getting more and more expensive, it's getting more and more ruthless, almost. Like,
Yeah.
100%. Everyone's definitely hungry.
Yeah.
7 fiends, UPS. Got the bitches from US. Smoking trees, can I stress? Got the bitches screaming yes. Cause they know we from the Rex. And they say that we the best. DJ Khaled counting checks. We still drinking and finesse. Like we ballin' on the nets. Me and TC, we up next. Your shorty out here giving neck.